and a heartfelt welcome. I'm Esther Buerki, the passionate author of Living Without Fear, a book that has touched many lives, and the co-creator of the Amazon bestseller Inspire Journeys. If you're here to explore a world of new possibilities and find inspiration, you're absolutely in the right place. If today's episode resonates with you or someone you know, please share it. Let's spread the message of hope together. Don't forget to subscribe to my newsletter, join me on YouTube, and if you find value in this podcast, I'd be so grateful if you could leave a review and sprinkle some stars on your favorite platform. Your support means the world to me, and I'm deeply thankful for each of you. Today, I'd like to talk about my elder son and the conversation we had a few days ago. It has been on my birthday. We were three of us, my elder son, my younger son, and I. And my elder son, soon 21, suddenly said that I have always preferred my younger son, who is soon 19 years old. When I heard that, I immediately thought of my younger brother and my parents. And I remembered that I had had the exact same feelings towards my younger brother, and I had always felt that he was the favorite child of my parents. When my younger son was born, I was very aware as a mother that I didn't want my elder son have the same feelings. And here we are. I realize that I didn't make it better than my parents. It made me feel sad. I apologized to my elder son. I told him that I feel very sorry that he feels this way. When he left that day, I knew that I need to do something. You might laugh, but I often ask for help with ChatGPT, and that's what I did. And it helped me. I knew that I had reacted in an understanding manner to my elder son. I had acknowledged his feelings, and I didn't want them to change or tell my elder son that he was wrong, such as my parents did back at that time when I told them my feelings. But I also knew that I have to be very aware in the future how I treat my elder son, and that I needed to work on this topic. I need to spend more time with him in order to show that I equally care about him. I need to tell him more often how much I love him. I need to tell him more often how proud I am of him and of how he is managing his life, his work, and his relationships. I need more real presence with him so that he feels more that he is equally loved by me. And this is not a thing that can be fixed in a few weeks or a year. It is an ongoing thing, I guess, until I leave this world. But it is also a beautiful experience because I can improve my relationship with him, and I can also learn more about and deepen my relationship skills. And you know what? It pays off. You might think it takes months until my elder son reacts to my new behavior. No, not at all. That same day, on my birthday, I wrote a long message to my elder son. I thanked him for his precious time he spent with me. And I apologized again that he doesn't feel equally treated by me. And I told him again, I wrote to him that I feel very sorry that he has got the feeling that I prefer his brother to him. I also promised him that I want to do whatever is in my power, that he feels equally loved by me because he deserves it and because he is such an amazing soul. He didn't react to my message, but last night I got a beautiful message back. He can imagine, he writes, that it isn't an easy thing and that he has a lot of respect and gratitude for me, and he thanked me for being his mom. Poor. I needed to read his message twice. At his age, I was full of anger and resentment towards my parents, and I could have never said a thing like this. I nearly could not believe it, that he really means it. And still, I'm rubbing my eyes to see if I'm not dreaming. Why? During the last few years, I had a rather challenging relationship with my elder son. When he lived with us, we had many difficult experiences, and I couldn't manage my state while talking to him. Our relationship instantly changed and got better when he moved out last spring. But until now, I still thought that he was extremely resentful towards me and that I had repeated that same story that I had had with my parents. Now I know there's a difference, a big difference indeed. My elder son, at his early age, is already grateful for his parents. It took me more than 4 decades to feel this gratitude for my parents. Imagine 4 decades plus. This is immense. And now my elder son doesn't have to suffer 4 decades in his relationship with his mom. If I think how much time I spent during those 40 plus years being unhappy, feeling miserable because I wasn't feeling loved by my parents. So much wasted time. But after all, I'm so grateful that I changed and I can see and forgive my parents and love them for what they could offer me. It has been their best they could give me. And I'm so grateful for the inner work I did so that my sons don't have to spend 40 years plus feeling unhappy and suffer because of me. This is one of the biggest gifts I can make to my sons. How about you? Do you have parents or children you are experiencing similar things with? And you and you don't know how to transform your relationships for the better? If you need help, if you want to work with me and get coached during challenging moments of your life, send me a message. You'll find all the ways to get in touch with me in the show notes. And if this episode inspired you, I'd love to hear from you. You can share your thoughts on Instagram, YouTube, or per email. Thank you, dear listener, for spending your precious time with me. You're amazing, and you are a gift to everyone who crosses your path. If no one has told you this today, let me say it again. You are loved, you matter, Have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you next week.